Atlanta, Chris Sale. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Okay, all set to go. Here's Trey Turner. And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. Whoa, they threw that one behind him. And that's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Big time power. Fastball for a strike at 95. Sale, more than 100 career wins on the mound, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Bryce Harper to the plate. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. And a big swing and a miss. Swings and misses, struck him out. And that is a big first out. Take a look at the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with two strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Two on, one out. Late with the swing there.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Ground ball could be two. There's one. On to Olsen. That's two.
Pitcher made the pitch, and his players made the play behind him. Nice job. 4-6-3 inning-ending double play.
We go to the bottom of the first. And on the hill for the Phillies, Christopher Sanchez. How about a scouting report on him?
Well, it's a three-pitch mix in the repertoire for this starter. He's going to have to command all three if he's going to have success on the hill today.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
First pitch just misses. Foul ball there. 1-1 now. Ground ball right side. Harper takes it to the bag. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Here's Matt Olson. That's in there. Strike one.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
And a swing and a miss there. Almost got him. On the ground to third. Boom. Slings to first, and the home first moving along quickly today. Two gone.
Hitter,
Two down, bases empty. Next is the DH. A switch hitter, Jerickson Profar. Just missed.
That's just out.
And it's even up. Gets him to chase after that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it, it's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. Third out. Braves go down quickly here. We played an inning. No score. Back at Truist Park, top of the second, Brandon March stands in for the Phillies. Chris Sale ready to get back to work.
Ball, that's outside.
And
That's
another
ball
ball. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Out of here. A solo shot. The Phillies score first. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Can be pretty dangerous when you fall behind in the count 2-0. You've still got to try to find a way to keep that hitter off balance. Well, he wasn't able to do it there. And the hitter did a nice job of turning that pitch around, not missing it in a hitter's count.
In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting seventh, catcher JT Realmuto.
Here comes Real Muto. And delivers outside.
Hey.
One out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the second. Outside.
Ball, that pitch is
Ball
out.
2. And that's down and away.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And a swing and a miss.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at-bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
One down. This is Bryson's stop. First offering, and it just misses. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 3-0.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas.
Ball inside.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Nope, that's inside.
High fly ball, right field. Acuna settles under it, and there are 2 outs.
Up next for Philadelphia, shortstop Trey Turner.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Trey Turner getting ready to hit. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. Fastball for a strike.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire to give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
Out towards left center. Harris under it, and that'll do it. They explode with 3 solo homers in the inning. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Phillies 3 and the Braves nothing. This is NL East baseball here on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the second. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Drake Baldwin.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game. Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
Hey.
Here's the 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Ground ball up the middle. Turner sends it to first. That's one out in the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Austin.
Here is Austin Riley. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Foul ball. Swing and a ground ball. Boom. Throws out to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Left fielder, Mike Yastrzemski.
Mike Yastrzemski up here. And there's a strike. Two down, nobody on. And there's a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-2.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Good eye on that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Now one
Ball
missed.
2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw is still in time, and they get it out of the play. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They trail in this one 3-0. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. New inning getting started. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. Chris Sale back to work. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1. Sale will challenge that pitch, thinking it's a strike. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Got him. 1 away.
Up next for Philadelphia, first baseman.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So Harper stands in.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And that's downstairs. And it's 1-0. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? That one fouled off. One and 2 now. Sale. Slider misses outside.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
That's towards center. Harris settles underneath it. And there's 2 down. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing?
Ball, that's
They are
up there.
sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
Ball two.
Just missed.
What do you
Boom.
got?
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. He went around, says Rusty Valentine. 2 down, nobody on. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two. And that's a strikeout looking. That K is his 3rd of the game. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. But they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back here in Atlanta, now in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies.
Right through there for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting 8th.
And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II.
Leadoff man on. It's time to play a little small ball. Get some base runners. Try to dig yourself out of the hole.
Ball, that's in. Aye.
The 1-1. Makes the grab, 1 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Mauricio Dubon,
inside.
the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Ball.
Albies, the base runner at first with 1 out. That's off
ball
the mark, and that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
And ball
That's
4,
ball
2
4. Take your
aboard.
base.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Here's Acuna. He's 0 for 1. Fouled off down the right side. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the last half of the 3rd. Next offering is fouled back. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Next
Ball 1.
offering is downstairs.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That's a
Ball,
little
that's
high.
upstairs.
And the count is even, 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still laid on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Two aboard, 2 outs. Matt Olson digs in now. He's 0 for 1. Ball 1
Whoa,
there.
that's down.
Chop to the left side. That's a base hit. Ozzie flying around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
First and second, 2 outs. Now batting Jurickson Profar.
Aye.
Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Two on, 2 outs. Up the middle, Turner. They get the force, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-1 ball game. This is NL East baseball here on MLB The Show. Back at Truist Park, on to the 4th, Brandon March stands in for the Phillies.
What do you got?
Swing, tried to hold up. Now an appeal to third. No swing. Kenny Jansen with the call. That one finds the zone, and the count even at 1. Inside,
That's
just
inside.
missed. Next
No, that's
offering
low.
misses. 3-1.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And a payoff pitch. Goes
Aye.
down looking for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Adolis Garcia rolled out to second in his first at bat. Out towards right center field. And it falls. And a man aboard.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
It'll bring up JT Realmuto. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Late on that fastball. That one way inside. Sale in a 1-2. Dubon. Off balance speed. There's one. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, they had the chance at turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies.
Hey!
Step off, throw to first.
No, he's in
Real
there.
Muto back in there.
Nope, outside.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
Ball 2.
Real Muto leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that skips in the dirt.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Three, 2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. On the ground to the
That ball's
left.
foul.
And that's just foul. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging for the strikeout. They didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Phillies strand 1, and the score stays 3-1. Bottom of the inning. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Drake Baldwin.
You know, these Braves doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
2-0.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Hit on the ground to short. Trey Turner gloves it. Now a jump throw. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Braves, third baseman, Austin Riley.
Here's Austin Riley. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Inside, ball 1.
The 1-0. Misses
That's ball
just
2.
off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. The Braves down by a pair. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1 is fouled off. That one not close. And that's ball 2. Base hit, left center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time.
Hey!
The 0-1. Dives, and he can't hang on. Flips it, and that's a great play for the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Slapped foul. Man at second.
That's outside. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1 left for Atlanta. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back in Atlanta Truist Park. Ready now for the 5th inning. Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies.
No, inside.
That misses,
nope.
And it's 2-0. Sale wants to challenge that one. Thought it was a strike, and it's a called strike after the review. So they've still got both their challenges. This one in the air right field. Snags it on the run. And there's one down.
Up next for Philadelphia.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Turner now. 1 for 2. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. This one in the air center field. Harris on his way over. 2 down. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. Here comes Schwartz to the plate. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
0-1.
Ball 1.
Swings through that one for strike 2. And that skips into dirt. To the right side, Albies throws to first, and the Phillies are set down in order. It's the Phillies 3 and the Braves 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Michael Harris the second.
You know, these Braves just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Ball 1.
The
a
shortstop
ball.
takes the ball. Right back to him on the mound. To first, home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
For the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
So the lineup flips over. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. And that's
Off the plate,
outside.
ball 1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Not close with that one. 2-2. That's to third. Gets it to first, and that is the inning. And the Braves go down quietly, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Now pitching.
Here comes the new arm for the Braves,
Number
Yoel
34,
Payamps.
Yoel
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here comes Bryce Harper.
You know, these
Ball, that's off
Phils
the plate.
putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Ball 2.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at-bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Albies under it. One down.
Up next for Philadelphia, third baseman Alec Bohm.
And now it's Alec Bohm.
Ball. Hey!
In the air, right field. Acuna in position. 2 away now.
Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Ball. That's inside.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
The 1-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And a slider
ball
misses
2.
down and away. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. That's out number 3. Phillies down in order as the lead remains 3-1. Well, we go bottom 6. Now in for the Braves, Matt Olson.
Ball 1.
And he'll challenge this call from the mound. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Here's the 0-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
The 1-2. And that one almost got him. Right through there, got him. One gone here.
Up next for the Braves.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Profile.
Here's Profar now.
Ball.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. March gets under it, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Braves.
Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Drake Baldwin, has grounded out a couple of times.
Ball 1.
Two down, nobody on. Tap foul at the plate. On the ground, right side. And a foul ball. Next one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. Breaking ball misses down and away. On a line out towards center. Rojas should have this one. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Down in order go the Braves. And they still trail it here 3-1. Back here in Atlanta, we go to the top of the 7th. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. Close, but call the ball. And that is ball 1. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Aaron Bummer, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Hamilton, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. And the 1-0. On the ground to 3rd. On to 1st. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher JT Realmuto.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. He's already homered here in this one. That's in there. It's 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
And a breaking ball misses outside. The other way, and there's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for Philadelphia.
Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. He's already homered in this game.
Hey.
And there's a foul ball. That's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
And now it's going to be Johan Rojas. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, 1 out. And that's off the outside edge. And it's 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That misses the zone. And the count is 3-1.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
That catches the corner. That one 95 to finish him off.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Yoel Payamps done for the afternoon. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the
Aaron
Braves,
Bummer taking over on the mound.
49.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Up steps Trey Turner in a pivotal spot. 1 for 3. This one in the air right field. And that is foul. The Phillies trying to break this one open here in the top half of inning number 7. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And everyone's safe. They're loaded.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. This guy with light tower power.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. Bases loaded, 2 down.
Base knock here really gives them an opportunity to take control of this ball game.
Left field, way back there. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double as they score a pair on the play.
You don't want to get greedy, but it's easy to imagine all 3 runners coming home to score with this type of contact. Yeah, the automatic double costs them a run, but they're still in a position to keep scoring.
Here comes the bit of strategy here. They issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a force play at any base. So bases all loaded up. Alec Bohm, the next to hit, 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Ball.
Off the
That's
mark
ball
there.
2.
Ball 2.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. Hard grounder into the dugout. Look out. Two now. In the air to left center. Yastrzemski try to get to it. Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. And that's the 3rd out. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3 midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Phillies 5 and the Braves 1. This is NL East baseball here on MLB The Show. Set for the last half of the 7th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley. Hard hit right side. The throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Braves, left fielder Mike Yastrzemski.
So up next, Mike Yastrzemski. He's grounded out a couple of times. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the
Inside,
defense
ball 1.
because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
The Phils leading by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. The 2-1. There's a swing and a miss. Swings through it for the K. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Second baseman, Ozzie
2 outs,
Albies.
base is empty. And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. A switch hitter batting right. There's a strike. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Braves go down quickly here. They're down 5-1. Back at Truist Park, this offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
March,
Ball
the
one.
leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
2-2 now. And that's
Ball three.
downstairs and outside. That one
Ball
misses.
four.
So a leadoff walk.
Up next for Philadelphia, right fielder Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. This one in the air, center field. Harris on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher JT Realmuto.
One out man at first. JT Realmuto steps in.
Ball in.
Right through there for a strike.
Ball.
Man at first, one away. Pitch
That's ball
misses.
three.
3 balls and a strike. So a
That's ball
walk
four.
puts runners at first and second. Bryson Stott
next for
stands in for the
Philadelphia,
Phillies.
second baseman
Good swing
Bryson
out of him
Stott.
last time. Ripped a liner into center.
Bunting for a hit. He pops it up. Dives and makes the catch. What a play.
Wow, gotta love the effort right there. You know, these catchers, man, they work so hard. They take a beating every single game, and you don't see them very often lay out and make a play like that, especially with all the gear on. Trust me, that fires up the entire team. Really great play right there.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Aaron Bummer won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Ian Hamilton will take over here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep this score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Johan Rojas. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a miss. Oh, and he lost the handle on that one. Two on, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. That one misses. Ball 1. Outside with a breaking ball. high fly ball out into left center field. Yastrzemski on the move to the gap. And that is that. The Braves pen comes through in fine fashion. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Phillies 5 and the Braves 1.
Now pitching for
Back
Philadelphia.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Zach McCambly.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Leading off, Michael Harris the second. The Braves in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
And that skips in the dirt.
Ball 2.
Right through there for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
On the ground. Stop. Tosses to
He's
first.
out.
And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Showed us right there why he's considered one of the best middle infielders in the sport. That's always a tough play going up the middle on the backhand. But what really made this play happen was that quick release, smooth exchange, and that was as smooth as it gets. And it had to be with the wheels going down the line.
That one pushed foul. The Braves down by 4 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Zach Pop, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Bolin getting loose as well. The shortstop takes the ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 2-2. Fouls that off to the left and will do it again.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him. 2 away.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
So back to the top of the order. Now it's the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
Well, I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
That's in there. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Now the Braves go down quietly. They're down here 5-1. Back in Atlanta Truist Park, we go to the 9th. Trey Turner stands in for the Phillies.
Nope.
Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Joey Wentz, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Kinley also getting ready. Just
Outside,
off
that's
the
a ball.
outside edge.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but
Well struck right field, way back there, and that one hops the wall. Cut off, throw to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Hamilton checks the runner.
Safe.
And Turner's back in. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move.
Hey.
Strike in there.
Right
And the
on the
throw
tag.
bounces. Tag out. That one almost got him. The 1-1. And that
That's
one
ball 3.
upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And that is cut on and missed. And the count's full. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
3-2. And that's ball 4.
Up next for Philadelphia, first baseman Bryce Harper.
So a man at first. Here comes Bryce Harper. And it's in for a strike. 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. And the 0-2. Inside, just missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Ripped to first, caught.
Up next for Philadelphia, third baseman Alex Bohm.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Ian Hamilton out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Tyler
Braves,
Kinley takes over on the
number
mound.
45, Tyler Kinley.
And here comes Alec Bohm.
Here we go now, Braves.
Ball 1.
Come on, Tyler.
The 1-0.
That's a ball.
And he gets that fastball by him upstairs. That's
Ball
a little
3.
bit low. And ball
Nope,
4,
that's
2
ball
aboard.
4. Up next for Philadelphia, left fielder Brandon Marsh.
First and second, 2 outs. Brandon March will hit next. Out to center. Harris under this one. And that is that. Phillies leave a couple. They're up 5-1. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Now in for the Braves, Matt Olson. The 0-1.
Ball.
Here's the pitch to Olson. Ground ball to Bohm. In plenty of time to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
Up next for the Braves, designated hitter, Jerickson.
Profar climbs in on that left side. And that skips into dirt. Hard hit left side. Boom. Throws on to first. Braves down to their final out.
Up next for the Braves, catcher, Drake.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Zach McCambley departs, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Zach Pop. He has a great slider with tons of movement. So it's their last chance in this one. Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves. In for a strike, going to one.
That's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
They're down to their final strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase.
Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. On to first, ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.